Hi, welcome to Moments with Mimi, and today we're going to talk about some symbols and uh, string theory and the Big Bang Theory. And it manifests itself as a theory because it's a guess, and it's always a guess in the objective world. But, there's in the beginning of the story, so there was a Big Bang, and therefore there will be an end. All stories end. We're in the middle. We're providing the details of the middle. We all know what the end is. God and man become one. And that's, humanity. And uh, string theory. String theory is really a manifestation of what we are, which is we're all connected. Everything's connected. Everything is connected. Okay, it all came out of the same place, and it's eventually going to all go back to the same place. We're all headed home, the long way around. And actually, not the long way around, but it's, filling in the details of the story. And the story is the script, which is scripture. That's why it's called scripture. It's the script, it's the story of your life individually and humanity as a whole. So as people begin to become aware of these laws and become aware that this is subjective, not objective, they begin to reject zombies and all that stuff, that people can suck the blood out of them, the life out of them, their love out of them. That's a vampire. A werewolf is, man's trucking along, doing good, thinking good, and then he goes to objective land. This is the things that, we fight. That's what these stories are about. Same thing with Frankenstein, build a man out of dead parts. That's what we are. We're the monster. And, we have to come to love our monsters and become like the monster in Young Frankenstein, who sings and dances. And then eventually, just like at the end of Young Frankenstein, uh, Dr. Frankenstein gave part of his brain to the monster, and the monster gave a part of his anatomy to the doctor. And the two became one. And both had a wonderful life. So it's about that. And when you read in the Bible about, trials and tribulations and things like this, well, this is the road of suffering. You have to suffer. How are you going to know good if you don't know bad? If you've always experienced good, how are you going to know? You're not. And this is back to that judgment, good, bad, good, bad. And you have to experience both. So you have to suffer, and you have to have the sweet, and you wallow in them until the day comes when you say, I don't give a shit anymore. I just want some peace. I want love, and I want peace, and I want happiness. And that's, then you begin to be shown these laws and these truths. And you see this plethora of people who are seeking a special person, or seem to not know who they are. Their identities are so mixed up. And this is, humanity crying out, who am I? And humanity crying out, uh, that, I'm afraid someone can take their love away from me. And that's impossible. There's only one being. So the big thing to keep focused on when you're trying to look at life subjectively, especially all the time, because you know the laws and you know how this works now, is to be watchful, be a watcher, and this is talked about in the Bible as well. and you watch your thoughts. You don't allow yourself to start judging anyone or anything, because you know that's taking the love away. And you step back and go, oh, no, 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 I'm sending you all this love. You're magnificent, you know. And you'll see the people change physically. They'll become healthier and happier and more peaceful. The people around you, your neighbors, your friends, your family. And you just, you know, send everybody love. And it sounds very simple, but it takes a belief in it for the simple to work. And that takes a knowing. And the knowing that gives you the ultimate, peace about it all is there's only one being here. That is not Mary yelling at me. That is me playing Mary yelling at me. And I need to listen to what Mary's saying. I'm not going to bow to Mary. I'm not going to react to Mary. But I'm going to listen to what Mary's saying. And then I'm going to go change it because, she's beautiful and magnificent. How did I twist her up like that? What did I do? And you start to realize, oh man, I was thinking objectively and I did that. I'm not, okay, I'm changing this. And you really start to hear the messages because you know it's a message from you. Now, one of the things people don't really get a good grasp of is when you keep going back to objective land, you start to want to meddle in whatever it is you're trying to get. So if you're trying to get a special person and you said all these wonderful things and done this great story, but then you're constantly noticing they're not there, they're not texting, they're not calling, they're not responding, you're in objective land, okay? And then you decide, because you know about the laws, well, I'm just going to worry about him texting me, and he texts me all the time, and he calls me all the time, and now you're meddling with the story. You're on a bridge of incidents. Don't meddle with the story. Enjoy the story. Don't bow to them. You don't go within and try to micromanage the details. The fact that they're not is just you noticing they're not, so they keep not. It just avalanches. One day they'll be calling you sweetie, I love you. Next day they'll be telling you, I don't want you to get attached. Huh? And this was you meddling, okay? And they didn't respond as fast as you wanted. So you got all caught up in objective man and went right down into the hole, using imagination to change it. And say, you did text me, you did text me, you did text me, which is only saying, I know you didn't text me, and getting more of no texting. Do you want the end? I'm with this special person. Okay. Do you believe in yourself? Do you love yourself? Okay. There's only one. So she's coming. I think I'll go have sandwiches with Joe. And you just go enjoy life. It's happening. And, one of the other things that, I've come across, and this is really more, special person related. You, you don't bow to somebody because they might get jealous. Or they say, if you do that, you'll get, I'll be jealous. Jealousy is not a good thing. That's not showing that they love you at all. And if you think that, you need to sit down and start thinking again. Because it's not. It's about enslaving yourself. Now you don't want to put up a picture of you being with a male friend. He doesn't want you to be with your male friends. In fact, he doesn't want you to really even go out with the girls. And this is, you see how this goes? Jealousy is not good. It does not mean they love you. Okay? And if you think that, then you don't love you. And you need to love you. There's only one being here. It only makes logical sense that if you don't love you, no one and nothing else can. And others will come forward to try to enslave you. And they will do things to hack you off. You're the slave. So if you don't want to be a slave, then be the queen, king of your world. You love you. I'm waiting around on you. You'll show up when you show up. In the meanwhile, there's plenty of other fish in the sea. I might even find one that's even better. And many times that is what it is. Your imagination knows you better than you know yourself. Let go. I got this beautiful babe over here. She's perfect, man. I made her just for you. So you have to think about it and just go experience it. It's on a bridge of incidents. But when things start going really wacky, it's because you keep doing sats, you keep meddling, trying to get a text, something, anything, and not sticking to the end. You don't need a text from him. You're married to him. You don't need a phone call from him. You're married to him. You don't need all that crap you're worrying about. Are we going out tonight or not? You're married to him. Okay? You need to focus and not allow what's going on, that sea of facts, and focus. Stay in your head and make sure it's being what you want it to be. So I hope this helps. This is kind of an expansion on special persons, but not really. It's more about you and wanting to improve relationships in your life, whether it's with family or friends or, just flipping your world and recognizing that as you walk through life, everything was made just for you. To see that then, to see that now, to experience these things and be grateful. Be thankful to imagination for making that for you. Whether it's you got a new mattress or a new flower popped up in the middle of the yard or whatever. It is some butterfly that landed on you and stuck around for a few minutes. I mean, that is all wonderful stuff that imagination made for you to experience. There are a billion things to be thankful for and to love. And you need to really love it all. And when something comes up that you don't like, it's got to be, oh, I love you, you little trickster, you. I know you're not really like that. I know you really meant. And revise it. You revise all the time, you imagine all the time. The best thing you can do for yourself is to sit down and think about it. Think about how you do it so that when you do start doing it consciously, you do it naturally. And when you do it naturally, it comes quickly. If you're doing it devil's way or you're doing it, this guy's way or that guy's way, or there's nuggets there that resonate with you that you grab and yeah, I am going to do that, but I'm going to do it this way or that way or, whatever. You make your own change to it. But you make it your own. It has to be your way. And it's not going to work if you're just going to march around. I affirm this, I affirm that, ooh, and that's not how you imagine. Your imagination knows how you use it, okay? He's thinking, okay, wonder if This is how she's going to imagine from now on. Let's see. Huh? What is that? That's what your imagination's saying. Because if you're used to just, having conversations in your head like, oh man, I should have said this and I should have said that. You know what? I'm going to revise that. And this is what's said. I said this and then they said that. Blah, blah. Now you're using it naturally. You're revising naturally. That's how you revise. But if it's, no, I'm revising that. I am with him. I am with him. I am with him. I am with him. Your imagination's going, huh? What? So I hope this helps. It's just some thoughts I've been having, and some people that have asked me a couple of things. So I thought I would make a video about it and hope it helps, and blessings to you. Thank you. Thank you for being you.